countdown to the NFL draft is officially on, where the Cardinals have the 3rd overall pick. From the Cardinals interview suite at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, I'm Dani Sureck, joined by General Manager Monti Ossenfort. Monti, after you assess the 2025 season, what foundational pieces are you building upon for 2026?
Yeah, Dani, I mean, listen, the season didn't go as well as we wanted to, and so we got a lot of room to grow and a lot of room to add pieces to our team, and so that process starts now. It's been going on since the season ended. 2 major tentpoles of roster building occur here back to back in free agency and the draft, and this is the next step in the player evaluation process. And so we had a lot of good young pieces. A lot of young players got a chance to play this year in 2025. That's only going to serve them well moving forward. And we're going to continue to add to the team through this process, and the Combine's a good step in the right direction.
Every team wants to improve everywhere in the offseason. Which specific parts of the game overall are most pressing for you to address in the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think everywhere. Every year is a new team. There's the constant change in the NFL and rosters, and that's no different to us. Every team goes through it, and so what may not look like a need at one point can quickly become a need. And so we're trying to improve every aspect of our team and increase the competition at every position. And there's no place that we're going to say, well, we're all set at this position. So always looking to make our team better, and we can do that in a many number of ways.
You have the 3rd overall pick, 7 picks total. It's a non-quarterback heavy draft. What opportunities does that provide you sitting at the top?
Yeah, I mean, I think every draft is different. Every draft has strong positions, weak positions. That's the truth for every draft that comes every year. And so our job is to evaluate the players that are available and to be ready to go. And so, picking number 3, it's a blessing and a curse. We don't want to be picking up this high, in the future. But, we know that we're going to get a good player there, and we're going to have opportunities to improve our team. And so whatever position that falls on, it's going to be a player that can help our team. And so it's our job to, from here on out, figure out who has the most value for us at that position, and we'll be ready to take that player.
4 first-round picks in your tenure. What's the number one quality you look for to make someone worthy of that honor?
Yeah, I mean, a lot goes into that. Like our scouts put a lot of time and effort into evaluating the players, evaluating them on the field, off the field, and then that continues here as we involve our coaches in the process. And so we put a lot of time and effort into figuring out just exactly how that player is going to fit for our team. So that's a big decision that comes with making any selection, not just in the first round. And we have to check a lot of boxes before we feel comfortable taking a player. And so whether that's in the first round or the 7th round, a player has to go through a lot of processes for us to be comfortable with him. And so we're going to do the same thing. We have a new staff this year, new staff coming in. They're busy, hard at work. This is the first chance for the coaches to sit down with those players. And we'll continue through our process, and we'll be ready to make the best selection for our team.
28 picks with the Cardinals for you. Where have you grown the most as an evaluator and a general manager in those 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, I think as an evaluator, you grow every year. I mean, you can never see enough players. In comparison, this player reminds me of another player I may have seen in the past. And I think just going through the process and seeing where we want to tweak things, see where we want to adjust, and see what we want to do differently. We have an idea of how our process is run, but we're always trying to get better, and so we'll do that every year. And I think just the experience, the time on task, and there's no playbook for exactly how to run a draft and how to be a general manager. It changes every day. There's new things that come across my plate, and so just the experience of going through it. I think there's no replication for experience, and feel that each year try to get better at everything that we do.
One of the new experiences this year is having Michael Flores, the head coach, and his staff that he has put together. How do you toe the line of building a team your way as the GM while incorporating what your head coach wants?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always part of roster building, and so it's our job as a scouting department, as a personnel department, to understand how it is that Coach LaFleur and his staff wants to play the game from a schematic standpoint. I think we see things very similar in terms of the type type of people that we're looking for, the people that are, mature, dependable, going to put football first, going to put the team first. So that's an easy part of it. And so we got to continue to strive to figure out who the people are, and then just understanding what exactly schematically that the players are going to be asked to do, so that we can go out as a scouting department and find those players that can fit that vision.
One of those collaborations that you have to work on together is at the quarterback position. You said everything is on the table regarding Kyler Murray's future. What makes the magnitude of that decision, given the position, different than the other decisions you're going to have to make?
Yeah, I think with every decision as it goes into our roster, we put a lot of time and effort into finding the right people for the team and the people that can perform at a high level. And so whether it's the quarterback position or the offensive line, defensive line, we put a lot of time and effort into all that and figuring that out. So, those decisions aren't taken lightly, and we have to, it's our job as just to serve the organization to put the best group of players out on the field.
You said you wanted to see more player development starting this year. Where does that affect your draft decisions in terms of a player that can come in and start day one versus a player that might need more development?
Yeah, I think that is challenging. It's always challenging. That's a big jump from a player to make, from going from college football to the NFL. It's a completely different game, and you're talking about maturity and development, physically, mentally. So that's a challenge. So if guys that can make that transition that quickly, that's an impressive feat to do. And so that's always a balance. There's always guys that are further along in their development, maybe a little bit more ready to contribute. But that's going to be the case for every draft. But ultimately, it's about finding the right type of person that can do the things that we want to do schematically, and whether that's game one or further down the line, or maybe even down the line in year two. But it's really about finding the right people that fit our program.
Just between you and I, Monty, who are you taking at 3?
Dani, let's talk in a few months, and then we'll get that squared away. How's that sound?
Oh, it's fine. Can't say I didn't try, Cardinals fans. I did my best. We appreciate the time, Monty. Cardinals are going to be on the clock soon enough at the end of April, 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft. We've got more coverage from the NFL Scouting Combine. For Monti Ossenfort, I'm Dani Sureck. Thanks so much for tuning in.